Alright, welcome back. I'm Algorithmor. This is going to be another Stormgate cast, and this one is going to feature I I'm Bombat. Sorry. I'm Bombat here in the Blue Infernal. And his opponent is going to be WaaromNu in the Red Infernal. So this is going to be an IVI. And we did see some Hexens cross in the middle of the map. It looked like both of them were on move command, as they don't seem to have taken any Shroud Skin damage. They were just peaceful Hexens today, trying to see what is going down in the world of their opponent. What kind of build are you making? We do see IMBombat comes in here and spots that WaaromNu has dropped a Conclave, and then right in front of the Hexen drops another Vault. They both do their little teleporting back home, but what do we see here? It looks like it is mirrored builds. Maybe not identical builds. Oh, it's getting the timing of the conclave and the vaults seem to be, just a little bit different. So we see this conclave, I think, was a little bit maybe delayed. Yeah, it's a little behind, I think. Sometimes you're going to wait to put down your production building. All that does is allow your imp that you're going to have to sacrifice to maybe get one more trip, get a little bit ahead. The longer you delay that, the longer maybe you get one more imp out, so you never go down to, say, 7 imps or whatever the count might be. And I do think that players are still trying to figure out, what is actually the most efficient timing. So there are a number of well-known builds that are pretty strong, especially in this matchup. But there can be nuanced variations on that build. For instance, this is an interesting creeping style that's come out in the last couple weeks that allows you to balance the damage onto your gaunts and your Hexen in a way that will allow them to heal back up to full much quicker once you gain the health cap. So it's little types of efficiencies like that that we're still trying to figure out, at least in the current builds. Now it was, that's a nice point, Mr. Chicken. But IMBombat here has gone with a vault, and he's also cleared out his health camp here. But it looks like by going with a couple brutes as well as gaunts. And it looks like a single scout fiend heading across the map to, well, run into a brute here. But spot that there is a second base already up, and that's about similar timing. I didn't quite look at the bases, but it looks like they're fairly similar timing. And it's now this vision camp's going to be the point of contest. The fiends get in there trying to get a final kill, but no, they actually get picked off instead by WaaromNu's gaunts. And WaaromNu does retreat. And, he does get a Hexen kill there. And it's not clear, but may have got the last kill on that Shadow Demon. For the resource boost, of course. And that was a fairly good engage there right off the bat. IMBombat is having to retreat back to the safety of his reinforcements. Whereas WaaromNu has managed to get some reinforcements to join his army as well. And, well, that makes it a force that could threaten the front, but for the moment looks like it's going to be content to maybe just snag some creeps here on the side. Whereas IMBombat is going to try to capture this vision tower to also catch up in the creeping a wee bit and gain vision on hopefully WaaromNu's expansion pattern or intentions to attack from that angle. And WaaromNu just getting a little bit ahead in terms of camps. Taking this camp, leaving a couple of fiends there. That may be or may not be intentional. Maybe a little bit of both. Recent patch made it so that those units are not automatically added into your auto control groups. So for those of you who use auto control groups, you might want to pick them up if you want them in there. But I'd say it might also be intentional because that's a valuable camp. And if the opponent sends a fiend there, having 2 fiends there means you're going to win that camp. So interesting, coming to hang out in the healing camp, even though most of those units were healed. And this Luminite camp has also been taken now by IMBombat. Got that cool little speed animation as that wears off there. And let's see here, we do have the Ritual Chamber, and the Ritual Chamber means, oh, but there is no Plague Axes, so is that, oh, there we go, I just clicked it earlier and it had not yet started, so it has started. And is this our Greater Shrine is here at the natural to, what the idea behind that often is you are going to get a boost to your hit points here. So we see the Greater Shrine is 2,500. Whereas a normal shrine here is 1,500, so that's 1,000 bonus hit points. So if you do get harassed there, it's going to be help. Of course, if you get harassed there and you can't defend it, you're going to lose your Greater Shrine. That's a bummer. So at the moment, both these Infernal players are happy to just build up their units on each side, although WaaromNu has a bit of a lead in terms of the camps. He's in control of most of the camps, including both of the Luminite camps at the moment. And that has also translated into a little bit of a boost in supply there. About a 10 supply lead, 12 supply lead. As we see that go up now to almost a 20 supply lead. And this army is looking to be a bit aggressive. Sends out a skull. Was that a split brute? It looked like it was. Yes. Another split brute. As a bunch of fiends are coming to chase these fiends away that are trying to capture towers. While we also see an aggressive move coming from IMBombat, who has a weaver in his army, a handful of brutes, and it looks like it's the same here for WaaromNu. It's just more gaunts and about 10 supplies worth, it looks to be. It also looks like some of these units here, yeah, there's a weaver, a couple of brute. Some of the units of IMBombat are still trying to join up with the main army. So this aggressive force is, I think, saw the number of gaunts out there and decided, okay, that we're not ready to take that. And instead is retreating back. Maybe going for the health camp, finds these fiends. Cleans them up and then goes for the health camp. Well, we see that health camp's just been retaken here by WaaromNu, who has, as I mentioned, quite a big force. It's not clear that he knows that he's ahead that much. Is that a shroud? Oh, it's a shroud. I like the coloring on it, but sometimes they trick me into thinking it's a wraith stone, but that's just a shroud stone. Wraith stones, of course, are wonderful additions to your static D. And it's back to creeping around for these two. And a fairly defensive play from IMBombat so far. That speed camp is still for the taking, and it looks like WaaromNu is the one who's going to come and take it. This base is going to be discovered, while we do also see a drop happening in the natural of WaaromNu. And the drop gets picked up after a Manifest Shroud Stone, and some units are pumped out to come visit it. There are a few gaunts here. What happened there? I think the gaunts picked off the Harbinger that was in retreat. So good move by WaaromNu to do that. And we got a cancel on this base over here as well. So net result was probably in WaaromNu's favor, and he is now taking that opportunity to push up onto the main. There's these two farms here that are kind of making a loose wall. One of the mags gets lashed in, another one gets lashed in. But WaaromNu deciding to fight. Actually, WaaromNu being a little indecisive and moving his gaunts back and forth. This is a fairly good position for him to fight from, since the choke is working to his advantage. But now there is a trampling mag that actually gets focus fire down. And now it's pure gaunts here from WaaromNu, and so he is going to use the stutter step to move back. It's not... It looks like this was a hold from IMBombat, and WaaromNu is having to retreat back, doing as much as he can to try and make use of the Reaper's Rush and do some kiting. But now with some reinforcements showing up and getting a pretty killer concave here. Huge concave coming out, and we see it starting to crumble on the bottom sides for IMBombat. And now these units are rushing up, taking out another Weaver, and it's IMBombat who's now in retreat. So it says a lot about positioning and what kind of engage you can get in these IVI matchups. And it's a ton of gaunts that have just been pumped out by IMBombat, and he's moving just straight across the map. And I think WaaromNu got a hint of that since he is in pursuit. And now there's going to be a battle on this high ground again. Ooh, very nice dodge here of the Nightfall Infestation. Ooh, and then another one falls. Those slow gaunts, plus the flank from the Magmadons. Oh, right on top of all those infested gaunts. There's going to be so many fiends showing up. A bunch of fiends pop out, and now these units have managed to actually retreat away, while WaaromNu turns to the Shadow Demons instead. More gaunts showing up. The supply totals tell the tale. The Magmadons have really added to this force, and we're now seeing this fourth base denied again. And is this force going to try and push in? So it looks like they are going to go for the Luminite camp here instead. Little derpy Magmadon's not really sure how to trample in there. There's a couple pathfinding fixes that need to be added for the Magmadons when they're trampling. Ooh, there's a dragon out on the map. Found something, a scout fiend probably. And the dragon, and that's just going to be a GG well played out of IMBombat.